And welcome back to Puerto Escondido. We've wrapped up day number 1 of 2 days of competition. You want to be around tomorrow for our semifinals and finals, but the hero of the day with the new baby and partner, that is Jamie Mitchell right now, a 10-time champion in the world paddleboard. David Stamp along with Strider Wazalewski. And Strider, how would you put it in 3 adjectives? What we saw today, what would you say?
Ginormous.
That's one word.
It was amazing. Oh my gosh. I mean, can you believe how good, how long, how strong it was all day?
So, no serious injuries. Some people spit up blood, some were spitting up the salt water, but we saw some huge wipeouts, spectacular waves. We just saw Jamie Mitchell get out of the water with a 10. Not all waves were ridden perfectly and exit like you'd see at Pipeline or Chopu or anything, but the commitment value here was off the record charts.
Yeah, these guys performed at a level we haven't seen yet out here. I think as a group at Puerto Escondido, the fact that they were under the gun for time with pressure and heat and everybody out there kind of pushing each other, but also looking out for each other. Camaraderie was there, the performance was there, the waves were there. By far a historical event. And not to mention Carlos Burle at almost 50 years of age, charging, just getting some sick waves.
We saw a bit of everything. Let's go back this morning as we recap heat number 1. First of all, we were looking at 1 hour, 60-minute heats, extended to 25-minute heats, heat number 1, and it featured Greg Long, 2-time world champion. But we start things off with Gabriel Villaron.
You know, Villaron got on the map. First wave of the event and really did well. Got a nice big barrel, didn't quite come out, and then Albie Layer got this one.
Albie Layer charging hard. Albie loves the barrels. Dad on the beach watching closely, but the surfer out of Maui was impressive.
Well, Greg Long right here on the backhand, grabbing the rail, tucking up into the bowl, trying to come out. Couldn't quite make it, but he set the precedent that he wanted it, and he's going to go deep.
An amazing set of waves starting to march through as it built through the day.
This man right here, he was so solid on this wave. The way he looked out there, the way he was doing it, Kai Lenny was just strong, charging. Albie Layer again trying to find something else on the inside, but then Greg Long, man, look at how good and solid and strong. I mean, he looks so good out there.
Look at this, one of his favorite waves in the world right there. The wave spits its guts out, he pulls out, very clean. And then I believe we're taking a look at Koa Rothman. He jumped in, his brother, a former world champion. Koa gets on the board, not exactly the heat he wanted. And look at this rail grab from the outset.
Yeah, dragging, you know, the rear end, the hand on the wall, grabbing the rail, all the elements, finding waves. I think that was after he came in and then went back out and found it his 4th scoring wave.
Yeah, he comes in after 30 minutes. Oh, it's a 75-minute heat, goes back out. But yeah, Greg Long, very impressive. Top 3 advanced, Greg Long, Albie Layer, and Kai Lenny. So the island of Maui well represented. A tough one for the surfer out of Peru, Villaron. Ramirez, local boy, and Koa Rothman. Not the heat he wanted, but Greg Long was pretty amazing to start things off like that. He is so cool and calm. He goes, is this guy a competitor or is he a host of a hotel or something? He is so low-key.
Well, he's, you know, he really does have this mellow nature, but I think he's just calm and collected. I think he's been through enough life to where he's not getting too wound up. He's not letting anything bother him too much. And out in the water, he's just going with the flow and finding where, you know, the waves he needed to be. And really, he knows the waves so good that he was just in the right spot at the right time.
He reminds me of a bit of Jerry Lopez. He is just really cash, and he's got the yoga and the health and everything down to a science. And why panic? Well, there's a certain times you're going to do it, but on the beach, he is so good. Greg Long. Right now, I believe we have the winner of our final heat. That was heat number 4, and it was an Australian living in Hawaii with a brown little baby, and he's down with Kaipo Guerrero.
Yeah, Australian via Hawaii, Jamie Mitchell. First of all, an absolute historic day of surfing with all the surfers, but you really capped it off in a special way with a near perfect heat, a perfect 10-point ride, and a 9.03. Please talk to me about your surf out there, Jamie.
Yeah, I think we were worried about the 4th heat since I knew I was in it with the wind, you know, potentially coming up, but I think that we actually scored the best conditions of the day. Tide was dropping, the wind stayed, you know, basically glassy, and the swell was peaking, and yeah, man, I just one of those days I found an early right-hander, nearly made it out, and that sort of just put me into a good rhythm. I found that left. Oscar was paddling. He was just a little too far out. I'm like, I'm going to get this, and didn't really think I was going to make it. You know, it's one of those ones, I guess, like the guys say, the 10s are the ones you think you're not going to make, and I just, you know, I was on a 10-2, so I was just holding on for dear life, and somehow I pulled out of that. And then my third right, that thing just was mental as well, and didn't quite come out, but I nearly did as well. But yeah, historic day, man. It's like, incredible surf, incredible barrels, and then just the jet ski rides back out. Everything is just hectic, and what a great show.
How important is your overall physique? We know, 10-time Molokai Tuahu champ. We know you're a fast paddler. How does that play into success in big waves?
Yeah, like today for me, I thought today wasn't about trying to be, get the best wave really. It was getting through the heat. So I took my biggest board out. I'm like, I want to pick my waves where I want to be. I'm going to take my big board out, use my advantage, which is my paddling, and pick the best waves of the heat. And I feel like my strongest part was, my wave selection. I picked 3 pretty good waves, and that 10-2, that Pearson Arrow 10-2 just got me exactly where I needed to be, and felt really good.
New father, new phase in your life.
Yeah.
Got a beautiful daughter here on the beach with you. Does that change the game at all for you mentally?
Yeah, it makes it, look, I feel like my super gnarly competitive career is behind me. I'm really enjoying this. I want to bring my family along. I want my daughter to be here and my partner. I want them to just experience like the life that I'm able to live, and having them around is just a blessing and makes me feel great, and it takes my mind off everything that's going around, and I give them a kiss goodbye before I go out, and just go out and have fun, and of course I want to do well, and I'm super competitive still, but I'm just I've never been in a better place in my life, and I think that showed out there right now.
Love to see Jamie Mitchell on to the semifinals. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Kaipo. If anybody deserves kudos and credits and just his great attitude is Jamie Mitchell. Again, when he transferred from the paddle scene into the surfing scene, they go, well, we know he can paddle and catch the waves, but can he surf? Well, what he's brought to the table has been amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and hey, he's got diapers to buy, so...
Baby needs diapers, yeah.
He's on to finals day, so congrats.
Well, it puts everything in perspective, and he goes for it, but he wants to keep it all together. So he's out there with a lot of pressure, but it seems to take the pressure off. Let's take a look at heat number 3 in our highlights package. And this one, Makua Kai Rothman put on a show.
Boom, right there. He got taken down, a lot of weight, sent him to the beach for some breath. And then on this one, Angelo Lozano followed him up, trying to get out in front of it. A lot of water coming down on him.
As we take a look at the surfers in the lineup who did advance, Pedro Calado, one of the goofy footers out of Brazil, made it through.
Oh yeah, look at Calado just really charging out there, really having fun and doing a good job. This was Tom Lowe. This wave was crazy. I mean, roll in to double pump, to hit the ledge, to pull up under the curtain, to try and ride the foam ball over that. If he would have made it, it would have been the wave of the day. Unfortunately, going down. Look at this giant wave Makua Kai Rothman got.
Rothman dropping in, and he was looking for like a 1.93, and he gets a score and jumps into the lead with that big wave, straightens out, but it wasn't over with for Rothman.
Carlos Burley right here grabbing the wall, up into the bowl, dismounts right there into the closeout. Wow, not bad for a 48-year-old, let me tell you.
I'll tell you, he's had enough Asahi. He's got the energy, and he's physically fit. Rothman again. Rothman charging hard, and will there be a fist pump after that? Yeah, there's a little bit of clap. He goes, my gosh, 1 minute he's on the beach trying to catch his breath. Next minute, he is pumped up.
Angelo Lozano off the bottom, up into the bowl, finding some down-the-line speed. Knows it's going to jack up again. Look at that, up into the little cover-up again off the end. Represented quite well right there, let me tell you. And then Calado again, Dave.
Well, if it was for Calado, Lozano would have had a great run in this, but Calado just charging hard. His 5th time ever at Puerto Escondido. A lot of foam there.
A lot of drive through that end section. Almost made it. Got slapped down in the end, but your man, Makua Kai Rothman, took the win, came in with 15 minutes left, said he knew he needed to catch a breath. He knew that if he kept going, he might take himself out for tomorrow. So feeling confident in that first place position, he came in with 15 minutes left.
It's like the quarterback that is going to play and get out of the game with 5 minutes to go. You got a big lead. So Greg Long, Albie Laird, Kai Lenny, Will Scuden, Grant Baker, and Roger Ramirez Jr. representing locals here into semifinal number 1. We have figured out who's in semi number 2. This looks like a good one. There's a world champion, Makuakai Rothman.
Makuakai Rothman, Pedro Collado, Carlos Burley, Jamie Mitchell we just saw go nuts, Himel Corzo, and Rusty Long. All these heats are looking really fun. There's a lot of talented surfers in there, a lot of guys who are just going to be charging. We're going to start the day off tomorrow with the semifinals. We're going to watch these guys go back to battle, and I think we're going to see some incredible tube rides. We're going to see some rail work. We're going to see it kind of get taken to the next level of performance surfing in bigger waves. I don't know if we're going to have the same height, possibly, but we're going to see these guys really turn it up to go all the way to the final.
So the forecast is for clean conditions. If you check out surfline.com, you might be able to see where they're talking about peaking. Our commissioner, Pete Mel, said something like 4 in the morning, which is ideal for us to start things off early in the morning with possibly a 7:30 morning show. And that's local time here in Puerto Escondido. Let's take a look at top 5 waves. Did you pick any of the top 5? There were so many.
Look at this. Well, there you go. Your local boy, Ramirez, getting a gigantic wall on the left, grabbing the rail and getting out in front of it before the hatchet came down. Incredible. At that point, that was the best wave ridden. And then Jamie Mitchell does this triple pump to barrel, Dave.
So clean, so smooth, making it look so effortless. And there's the commitment part, and that's how you do it. You got to survive, though, to make the next heat, and he did.
Collado on a monster. Comes off the bottom, up into the bowl, then hits the gas. Watch the water coming off his front rail right there. That is just incredible precision, weaving through the barrel. That last little section got him, unfortunately. And then Makuakai Rothman.
Makuakai Rothman, from on the beach, down in the lineup, giving yourself a little applause. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, a little
There's
golf
the clap.
clap right there. You love the golf claps, you know. And Makua doesn't claim much. He's not like that guy, but he did well. And then here's your wave of the day as we rolled into it. Jamie Mitchell finds the wall, finds the bowl, grabs the rail, doesn't go over the handlebars, gets a 10. Really did score some epic conditions in the last heat of the day. Everything held together, Dave.
Final thoughts, it looks like it's going to be all time tomorrow, doesn't it?
Final thoughts are, if it's as good of action as we saw today, well, it'll just be cherries on top of the sundae.
Local time, possibly a morning show at 7:30 a.m. You don't want to miss it. 3 heats remaining in this, the first stop on the Big Wave Tour. It is Puerto Escondido going live tomorrow. Stay with us. It looks to be perfect.
League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.
We're live in Mexico here. We're at Puerto Escondido.
It's so hard to have all the elements line up to actually have an event like this, for everything to come through and arrive so alive.
Call for the Puerto Escondido Challenge. It's on. 9 a.m. start. We got conditions that are well and truly the size we're looking for.
Way down the beach, Greg Long looking for a Ride of the Year entry, and the thing runs away from him, and now he is in a tough situation. As we take a look at Kai Lenny, I believe, and look at this, another section.
Oh, Kai Lenny, kaboom, right on his head. Are you kidding me?
And on the far bar, this is Gabriel Villaron and Villaron, Punta Hermosa. Here we go, Greg Long on his backhand. High and tight, can he hang on to it? Sets his rail, here comes the cover up. Where did he go? But take a look at this. Twiggy Baker going for the bomb over at far bar. Grant Baker. Here we go on the left, somebody's dropping in. And it looks to be possibly Ramirez.
My skin is raising up. I've got full-blown goosebumps.
I believe that is Grant Twiggy Baker. Sets up for a barrel using his hand as a pivot. Look at this huge wave and it closes out on him. But he will be scored for his bravado. Next wave is even bigger on the corner. Billy Kemper. Can Kemper drop into this thing? Drags his hand, pivots on it. Couple of pumps. Kemper going for the throat and it closes out on him. Well, here we go, and it looks like the goofy footer Jose Ramirez in the barrel, and the lifeguard's going to have to save himself from that one. Non-stop action down the beach. Here's your number 2 seed, former champion, Lakutai Rothman, and he's in an ugly, frothy, foamy suicide pit, but he had to go for it.
Free falling out of the sky, finally gets to the bottom right there. Bottom turns up into the bowl, finds the rail. He's in the bowl, just driving. That board just looks sweet, like a hot knife through butter. Gives himself a little clap and back off.
And here we go, grabbing rim to start things off, Jamie Mitchell. Mitchell to the bottom, now pulls into the barrel. High line and that rail gives him a little bit of trouble. Great balance to Jamie Mitchell. What a balancing act, like a Cirque du Soleil. Jamie, incredible.
Mid-phase turn, comes up into the bowl. That's 3 turns already into the barrel, trying to make the end section. The hiccups squashed him like a fly right there. Oh, that was radical surfing right there. Jamie Mitchell, wow, what a performance.